Yo, in this video we're going to be talking about autism and employability, and I'm joined by Connor from Connor Ward's
Hello.
channel. Alright,
See, that works.
coming up. Yo guys, welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan. I make weekly videos on autism, mental health and all that kind of jazz. So if you're new around here and you want to learn more about this stuff, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to hit that like and follow button. You'll see daily videos from me. Okay guys, in this video, me and Connor are going to be discussing autism and employability. It's going to be super relaxed, it's going to be like more conversational rather than like a strict...
It's going to be like more my vibes than yours, because mine are normally like... And yours
just
are...
chill. We're actually right now, we're in London, we're on the Docklands, in the Premier Inn, which is a lovely hotel, and we're ready to do Summit in the City. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like a big YouTube festival. That's pretty much all it is, but here in London. It's probably the biggest one, I think it's the biggest one in
the UK, yeah.
Okay, so, autism and employability is a big freaking question, and one of the reasons I say it's one of those big questions is we've even got that, there's a TV show in the UK called Unemployability. I don't know if it's in America.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's basically taking people of a disadvantaged circumstance, right, and then seeing if they can adapt to it. So I think I watched one episode of Employability with an autistic guy. Did you see
So I've never seen any episode of this.
This was the gist. Some guy came in, he was like, he was semi-non-verbal, right, autistic. He must have been about 28, and he had a job. He never got a job in his life. Like, he couldn't hold a job down because it was never anything fitting. And this is one of the issues that people have.
Yeah,
where trying to find a job when you're on the spectrum is like...
Well, I've had two jobs, and they're quite both fitting examples. But when I was when I was young, I had fears of the job world, like the anxiety building up to the thing. So the biggest thing that I found, actually what we've just discussed on my channel, proper plug there, I was scared of wearing uniform, the prospect of having to wear uniform.
I get it.
But going on from that, I was also just scared of the fact that, like, I couldn't understand how my skills were going to work in someone else's environment. But I always wanted to be able to utilise my brain, because I'd always been told I was really intelligent.
Yeah, and you
I was freaking out about the weirdest things, like, what would I do at lunchtime? What am I going to, like, and...
So, we did a video on Connor's channel, just a plug to that one. If you want to check it out, it'll be in the card above here, or a link below. We were talking about clothing and autism, and yeah, it was a very good video. But moving on from that, like, what Connor was saying is, like, when you're put in a position where you're on the spectrum and you're going to go and, like, interview for a job, or you're thinking about a job, then the idea of the job becomes way more daunting, but not because of the task at hand, because anyone's lazy for work. That's not an issue. The problem is, oh my goodness, I have to sit in this room with people that I can't converse with, and...
See, this is the weird thing. We've probably got more of the skills for the job.
Yeah.
For the actual job.
Yeah.
We've just not got the skills to be able to...
sit in that environment.
Yeah, to be able to show it off in an interview, to be able to demonstrate it in the environment that they want us to.
Absolutely.
Like, the first job I had, for instance, I was a finance assistant. So it was after I tried to forge my own self-employment career, which didn't work, because I was that desperate to get something working for myself.
Wait, what was that?
When I did app development. Back when I was 16, so I tried to get that to work for myself, but it didn't work out. And then I got introduced to this woman who was a friend of my dad, who worked at the council. I was a finance assistant, and basically all it was filing stuff and scanning stuff. I actually found it really cool, because it was just doing a repetitive thing over and over again. However, so in this, it was picture one big office floor, all open plan. There's 1,000 people on this one floor. Okay. Now, they've got a massive hole in the middle, times 6,000 people. All 6,000 people have keyboards.
Oh my god, where is this building?
I spent most of the days in the loo, screaming. I was also moved desk every single day, and I couldn't understand any logical reason behind that. That would freak me out. And then I got moved next to a desk which had a big red wall, and that sent me over the edge. I couldn't cope with the red.
Oh my god, yeah, I mean, I don't think I could have done with that. I mean, definitely not the noise, the amount of people.
I lasted 10 days.
You lasted more than I would have done.
Well, I don't know how I did that. But
hey, do you know, actually, I think the shortest job I ever had was my parents were always harping on me, right? You need to get a job, you need to get a job. Okay, yeah. And then, like, having those realizations, those fears when I was a kid, I think I was like 16, and then my friend was like, oh look, my uncle runs ice cream vans, do you want to do ice cream vanning, you get free ice cream? And I was like, awesome. So I went to do the ice, but then I realised, oh my god, I have to speak to people and calculate the stuff, and then it was just way too overwhelming, because I have to get this out there and do this, and then dealing with money as well. I'm totally shit with, like, you know.
Yeah.
And so this is what happened. I literally did one day they came to pick me up because it was like a stationary van,
Right.
and then they came to pick me up and they were like, "How's it?" I was like, "Yeah, I quit." And they were like, "What?" It was like, it's not even been one full day.
Like the other aspect of that, because obviously there's the whole thing of how well, like how I said about the sensory side of stuff, and how you've spoken about actually getting on with the task at hand. I found in my second job, which was in a small office, I was programming tablets, that a lot of it had to also do with how I was managed.
Okay.
So like
that interaction with somebody of authority.
Well, yeah, but it's the learning what workflows best for you. So I struggled most when I would be given a task. I'd start programming tablets, 10 tablets in. Oh yeah, by the way, we need you to do that instead now. Drop what you're doing and completely change task.
Oh man, that is not good.
Couldn't do it.
That is not good.
And also, I also found it really hard, the kind of social aspect of an office. I couldn't understand the social rules with it. So for example, the only way I would be able to get lunch would be through a van that comes round. And the van would come round when we had a team meeting, so we were all sat down round in a circle.
Oh my goodness!
And the van would come outside, and sometimes it timed out well, so I could run outside and grab something. However, sometimes it was there in the meeting. Other people are just like, I want to get some food. Pause. I couldn't physically do that because we were in meeting mode. I couldn't do that.
So I would go. Switch that task. Yeah.
I would go days without eating and stuff, and I had to leave that job myself because I basically had to be picked up every single day by my mum, kicking and screaming. So to be 18 years old in that position and leaving your work, your grown-up job, crying every single day was just
it's not a good thing. Do you know, I have a similar experience of I did a job for the last job I actually had. I was working for a multimedia development company. And before this, I was working for a McKesson Healthcare, and they had the contract for the NHS, and I was doing reconciliation of financial reports. Loved it, because I was working with numbers, and all the trusts were down as numbers. And I did like knots and stuff, and it was amazing. But the problem with it, I went into a depression because of the environment and stuff, right? I was putting on antidepressants, and it was really bad. And then I couldn't understand why I was having time off from this job.
So I couldn't actually get to the point of time off. So what was happening is I was going to work, being picked up, kicking and screaming, going straight to bed, waking up in the morning, going to work. Same with the weekend. So my entire life was that. And so I was either in work or I was asleep, like or in shutdown mode. Definitely. So I think that's the cycle we all get ourselves into. However, present day, we are both self-employed people.
Yeah, we are actually. Yeah, self-employed now,
which is great for some reasons because we can adapt our job for our own condition. We can, flex things round, things that we struggle with, things that we find easier.
Yep.
However, what challenges do you find with self-employment?
Structure and organisation. How to get yourself into a structure that works, so you're not just procrastinating and playing Pokemon all day.
Very good point. I definitely find the management, the social side of it. Again, it's the fact that I have to put my needs before what's being told to me because I feel really guilty, especially a lot of the things we both work in the autism world, so it's like, but if I don't do that, is that going to look bad on me for not helping people?
When you're self-employed, all the responsibility of everything is on you.
Yeah.
And that pressure of making sure you get that right because your life depends on it, literally your livelihood depends on it, is a bit of an odd task because if you can't organise and schedule yourself. I'm lucky I have Nomi, and Nomi helps me schedule stuff. I sit down every about 3 to 4 weeks. I'll sit down and have a complete freak out because my schedule and planner doesn't work. So Nomi will be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. The new plan in place and follow the schedule. And I've been following this new one for about a week. No, 2 weeks.
See, my mum does that with me. That's the thing. There are just way too many. It's prioritising projects as well, isn't it? Because we've not just got one task to be doing. We've both got more. You got so much on.
Connor just literally had an insight, but I've been here 2 hours and he's had an insight to how busy I am.
But that's the thing. It's knowing which things to put forward and all. Just
prioritisation.
So much.
But one thing I will say though is what people always ask me on this channel is they say, well, what jobs can an autistic person do? And my honest answer would be create your own job. I know it sounds stupid, but it's going to be the best one.
Well, we're two examples of people who've created our own jobs and made money. But the thing is as well, self-employment isn't for everyone.
No.
But the thing that I always say is ignore the autism, first of all, just for a little bit. What skills have you got? What do you enjoy doing? All that kind of stuff. Look what skills that you could bring to a workplace. Then find that workplace. Yeah. And luckily, we're in the time now where workplaces are developing, so they have to adapt
be accommodating.
because like my experiences in the past, they weren't accommodating. However, now it's a different age, and we are evolving into
stuff like this YouTube channel, your YouTube channel, and a bunch of other friends doing this kind of advocacy is changing that. Like the view of people on the spectrum and how they access help, and how reasonable adjustments are in place in employers and stuff like that. One of the things I find super interesting, right, is that, like Connor was saying, that like, maybe not all suited for self-employment, but if we look at it on like a really small micro level, we're all self-employed, anything we do, because it's your responsibility to sell yourself to your employer. You're selling yourself as a product, and then you're getting that money, and you're managing that money as it comes in to pay for your stuff. And like, so everything you do is a self-employed thing at the end of the day. We're all contractors in some way.
Yeah, it's just some people have a bit more security than others.
That's it. And the responsibility doesn't all lay on you. I think that's the...
It's definitely about exploring different things and realising that it might not work out straight away. So we both had to go through the horrible bits to be able to get to this bit.
Yeah, and it's like Colin said then, like, you'll try something out, and then you go, okay, that didn't work. You try something out, it didn't work. And you'll feel like, oh my goodness, everything is failing. I'm crap at everything. And this is, I get this, it's almost as any job I do I'm rubbish at. But all this means is that all those jobs are not for you. Keep going, you'll find the one.
So this is the thing I struggled with most when I was in these jobs that I was struggling with. I've been told all throughout school, Connor, you're so brainy, Connor, you're so good at this, you're so good at this, blah, 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 blah. And then you get into a job world and it's like, well, I am good, but why can't I apply this? Why is the colour of a wall setting me off? Yeah. It's all those kind of things.
It is, and I think... I think the thing is, I'd stress the fact that you're like, oh shoot, I need to earn money, I need to pay my bills, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. So you're stuck between a very difficult situation. Like, I need to work to get these bills paid, but then also I need to make sure that I'm not going to like implode or explode in some cases. And I think that is the dilemma.
I was going to say that's the biggest thing with self-employment, knowing not to take too much on, because we get overloaded. But
I haven't got that.
Yeah, I was going to say, but like, it's like, when do we actually learn that?
Right now I have like, hold on, there's how many projects I got on, okay, so...
I'm just thinking through the ones that you said, mate.
So, I've lost count, hold on, so... that one, and that. So I've got like 6, 7. I have 7 projects currently on the go, and that is without the content I put on my other social media platforms on YouTube.
I have 6 big things going on at the moment, and then about 12 like little bits going on the sidelines.
All 7 of those are major projects.
God, wow.
Oh wait, no, 8. I do work for the BBC.
Of course. Right. So practical advice then. As I said, look at your own skills. Write them down. Write down several columns. What you think you're good at. Perhaps get someone that you know as well, because you often don't realise your own skills. So if you get someone, exactly, like whether it's parent, sibling, friend, whatever, to help you build up your skills. But also, if you write down your anxieties as well, it will help. You'll form something, but it's just important to remember that it's not always going to work out straight away.
Absolutely. Guys, look, if you have anything to add to this and you think it will help somebody else, please leave a comment in the comment section below, because I'd love to open up discussion with you guys. And also, if you'd like to see more videos on employability, give this video a thumbs up. It indicates to me that you want to see it.
It's such a big subject, isn't it? There's so much.
It is, and I'd love to know. I mean, like, this is opening the door, and I'd love to have more conversations, and maybe I'd get Connor on to do it as well. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we will see you in the next video. Peace.
Bye.